Hi everyone, Happy New Year and welcome back. So I'm sure the title of this video gives you a pretty good sense of what I'm going to be talking about today. And I think it might stir some intense feelings or some controversy from you all. So before I begin, I just want to say I don't want to discredit any of the work that these two skaters do, nor do I really want to be pitting them against each other. Both have worked extremely hard and have a lot to offer in their own ways. I think what I really want to get at is my preference for skating as a whole over just watching skating for the jumps, and I think that this is best illuminated by these two skaters. All right, let's begin. So Nathan Chen's debut senior season was the 2016 and 2017 season, but he really began to gain world recognition and fame in the 2017 to 2018 season, which was the year of the Olympics. With the impressive number of quads and his high-earning performances that season, he was pretty much a shoo-in to go to the Olympics, and he did. Alright, mini side rant, but what really bugs me, and this is obviously not Nathan's fault at all, is that the media is going crazy over him and totally neglects other skaters such as Vincent Zhou, who, may I remind you, was the first person to ever land a quad lutz at the Olympics successfully, but none of this was ever talked about. I feel like the media is constantly branding and advertising Nathan as the quad king, which is problematic in the sense that now that's sort of what I see him as, and I only see him for his quads. Anyways, that brings us back to the point. I don't think figure skating should be all about the big jumps. While I admit they are impressive and so technically difficult to master, I appreciate the artistic side of skating as well. Those beautiful, deep edges and extensions on the ice. For me, figure skating is not just about watching a program, just waiting for the big jumps to happen, but it's also about delivering a performance and really marinating in the whole program, including the connecting moves, the step sequences, and the little details that links all the elements together. And I think this is what Nathan lacked in his last skating season. So, in the 2017 US Nationals performance that Nathan did, that was kind of a big deal. He landed 5 quads in the program, and yes, that's great and amazing, but that's kind of what it was, just 5 quads, one after another. On a completely separate note, I am not a fan of terrorist commentary at all, but that's another story. Anyway, you see that it's just a very simple 3-turn transition after the first jump, and then he's going right into the second jump. My point is, he doesn't really sell me the program in between. I think in this program, he's got a lot of great music to work with, but it's just all about the jumps. If you watch him often, you'll also notice that in many of his exits from the jump, it's just a backwards crossover. It's the same exit. So what I really want from this is more emotion and more artistry. I will say though, to his credit, he's gotten a lot better this season compared to last season. You see more of his character coming through his program and music choice. I can see so much improvement from this season, especially this performance at Skate America in 2018. His character is emerging and really taking form. I also really commend Nathan a lot for going to school full-time, training over Skype, putting in that extra effort. It must be so difficult to juggle. Okay, now let's move on to Jason. So Jason has this ability to really feel the music and connect with his audience. There's something about the way he moves, and honestly, just watching him do a crossover is entertaining enough for me. Look at his opening for his short program this year. I think his music choice suits him really well. His transitions out of the jump are also well placed and executed, like this leg kick right here, for example. He's so incredibly flexible as well, which just adds to the fluidity of his programs. I mean, have you seen his spirals and his split jumps? So graceful and powerful at the same time. And his spins, Can we take a moment to revel in his spins? I'm not even going to say anything. I don't want to bore you geeking out over his spins, so I'll just continue and point out that he is one of the best spirals ever. But Jason does have a bit of a tendency to double some of his triples, which can be frustrating to watch. As you can see here, he doubles what should have been a triple Lutz. And it's also pretty common knowledge that he doesn't have solid quads. I think ISU took these new leaps and developments in figure skating into account when they adapted the new scoring system. This new system does help more artistic skaters not doing quads like Jason, or else skating would only be about jumping and not about skating. I think it's unfortunate that Jason isn't as competitive as other skaters because he doesn't have solid quads down, and the world of figure skating has progressed to a point where everyone is kind of popping quads out. But anyway, to conclude, I guess this video was just a long way of me saying that I will always appreciate well-rounded skating and will take quality skating over aimless quads any day. And like I mentioned at the beginning, I do not want to discredit these skaters in any way. Both are out there training hard, putting their bodies on the line and doing what they love, and I admire both of them. I just used them as examples to make a point that I think we should be focused on well-rounded skating and delivering a performance rather than just isolated elements that can rack up big points. And maybe I'm just also a really big fan of Jason's. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please leave comments down below and I'll catch you next time. Bye!